He was just a stranger. Just one simple conversation. But that moment changed something inside him, and he did not expect it at all. Have you ever wanted to speak, but you stayed quiet? Have you ever felt afraid to talk to someone, especially in English? Maybe you think, my English is not good. I will make mistakes. They will laugh at me. So you stay silent. You smile, you nod. But inside, you want to say more. This story is about that feeling, that small fear that becomes very big, and how one simple moment can change everything. His name was Daniel. Daniel was a quiet person. He was kind, he was smart, but he did not like speaking in English. He understood many words. He could read. He could listen. But when it was time to speak, his mind went blank. Every time. At work, he avoided conversations. In meetings, he stayed silent. When someone asked him a question, his heart started beating fast. Very fast. He would think, say something, just say something. But the words did not come. So he gave short answers. Yes, no, I understand. Even when he did not fully understand. One day, his manager said, Daniel, you need to speak more. You have good ideas. Daniel smiled, but inside, he felt small. That evening, he walked home slowly. The sky was soft and orange. The air was quiet, but his mind was loud. Why am I like this? He thought. Why can't I just speak? He felt frustrated, a little sad, a little angry with himself. As he walked, he decided to stop at a small cafe. He did not usually go there, but today felt different. He went inside. It was calm, warm, peaceful. He sat at a corner table. A few minutes later, someone sat near him, an older man. The man smiled and said, Good evening. Daniel looked up. He felt nervous, but he replied, Good evening. The man asked, Do you come here often? Daniel paused. This was a simple question, a very simple question. But still, he felt the fear. He thought, Don't make a mistake. Speak correctly. Be careful. But then something small happened. The man was still smiling, waiting, calm, patient, not judging. So Daniel took a small breath, and he said slowly, No, I come here not often. It was not perfect, but it was real. The man nodded. That's nice. First time is always special. Daniel relaxed a little. The conversation continued. The man asked simple questions. Do you work nearby? Do you like coffee? What do you do in your free time? Daniel answered slowly. Sometimes he made mistakes. Sometimes he stopped and corrected himself. I work in an office. I like coffee, but only sometimes. In my free time, I watch movies. He felt nervous, but also something else. He felt proud, because he was trying. The man listened carefully. He did not interrupt. He did not laugh. He just listened. At one point, Daniel said, Sorry, my English is not very good. The man smiled gently, and then he said something simple but powerful. Your English is good enough to talk to me. Daniel was quiet, good enough, not perfect, not amazing, but good enough. The man continued, Language is for connection, not perfection. Daniel felt something change inside him. The pressure became lighter. They talked for almost 30 minutes. About work, about life, about simple things. And for the first time in a long time, Daniel did not feel afraid. He felt free. Then the man asked one more question. "Why are you so afraid to speak?" Daniel was surprised. He paused for a moment. No one had asked him this before. He looked down at his hands, and then he said quietly, "I don't want to sound stupid." There was silence, but it was not uncomfortable. The man nodded slowly. Then he said, "Everyone sounds stupid at the beginning." Daniel looked up. The man continued, "When I learned a new language, I made many mistakes. Many. I felt embarrassed. But I kept talking." He smiled again. "And slowly I improved." Daniel listened carefully. The man leaned forward a little and said, "You are not afraid of English. You are afraid of judgment." Daniel's heart skipped, because it was true, very true. He was not afraid of words. He was afraid of people, afraid of what they think, afraid of how they see him. And in that moment, he understood something about himself, something important. That night, Daniel walked home again. But this time, his steps felt lighter. His mind was quiet. He thought about the conversation, about the simple words, good enough, connection, not perfection. The next day at work, something small changed. In a meeting, he raised his hand. His heart was beating fast again. But this time, he did not stop. He said, "I have an idea." His voice was not perfect. His sentence was not perfect. But he spoke, and people listened. No one laughed. No one judged him. In fact, his manager smiled. After the meeting, someone said, "That was a good idea, Daniel." Daniel felt something warm inside. Confidence. Not big confidence, just a small one, but real. From that day, Daniel started speaking more. Not every time, not perfectly, but more than before. And each time it became easier. All because of one simple conversation with a stranger. Now let's learn together. Here are some key sentences from the story. My English is not very good. Your English is good enough to talk to me. Language is for connection, not perfection. I don't want to sound stupid. I have an idea. Let's look at some simple meanings. Good enough means it is okay. It does not need to be perfect. Connection means talking and understanding each other. I don't want to sound stupid means you are afraid people will judge you. I have an idea is a simple way to start speaking in a group. These are simple sentences, but very powerful. Now listen and repeat. My English is not very good. Pause, your English is good enough. Pause, I am not afraid, I will try. Pause, I have an idea. Pause, I can speak. I can improve. Pause, say them again. Slowly, clearly. Listen to this story again. Repeat the sentences. Which part was difficult for you? And next time, when you have a chance to speak, just remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to try. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.